fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free?
Averages 14 a game for the Titans and Steve Goers. At the other guard is Craig Hobson, a double-digit scorer at 11. Hobson, a 6'1 junior. In the middle for Boylan is going to be Jeremy Warner, a 6'6 senior, averaging 11 a game. At the forwards are going to be Kurt Vavra and Patrick Hand. For the Guilford Vikings, let's quickly give you their lineup. At the guards, David DiGiovanni, along with Dwight Williams. At the center is Dan Delvecchio, 6'5 sophomore. And at the forwards is DeJuan Foster, 6'7 junior, along with Billy Gordon as 6'4 senior. The two teams out on the floor, and we're about ready. And Walter Hill got those socks. I gotta like it. He's got the two-toned green and white socks, and I'll tell you what, looks like candy striped socks out there for Walter Hill. He went to those a couple of ball games ago. Jeremy Warner will jump for Boylan against Delvecchio, and the tip control by Boylan. Just underway, first quarter action here at Rock Valley College Fieldhouse. Down the lane, Walter Hill, jumper in the lane, didn't get it, rebound Guilford. That's Foster with the first rebound for the Vikings. Quickly, outlet stolen by Hobson. Craig Hobson gonna try to pull up three, and he hits it. The Titans take the lead 3-0 here at the start. And Craig Hobson, they need that kind of shooting out of him if he's gonna have a hot hand tonight. Here's Billy Gordon left side, man-to-man Boylan defense, hand all over Gordon. Dwight Williams at the point, standing dribble, now drives it to the baseline. Williams double team, gets it back out front. Feed inside, Gordon to Delvecchio, the ball knocked away. Excellent defense by Patrick Hand that time for Boylan. A packed house, there is just not too many seats available. And they've reconfigured these bleachers, new bleachers for the fans here in attendance tonight. Decent press facilities as well for yours truly. Also like to welcome Cable Channel 20, WGRE on hand and picking up our WLUV radio feed. Larry Cavedo on camera. We would like to welcome all the viewers from that ball game. Hand, baseline left, didn't get it. Tipped by Warner is good. Makes it 5-0, so Boylan jumps out to a 5-0 lead. In the previous two ball games between these teams, Boylan enjoyed leads of 10 in a couple of occasions. Down the lane, offensive foul on Delvecchio. And knocking over Kurt Vavra. Looked like Vavra did a nice job in the lane to stand there and take the charge. 6 minutes and 37 seconds, clock winding here in the first quarter. Steve Craig for WLUV Sports, as well as Cable Channel 20. Up top, Walter Hill with a basketball on the dribble, in the circle, Vavra left side, Hobson. Guilford with a man-to-man defense, down low, Warner backs in, looks for the shot, underneath, double team, gets it off to Vavra, he lays it wide open, up and in. Kurt Vavra, here comes Guilford. They've got 5-0, should be 7-0 up there on the scoreboard. Don't know if they missed one. It should be 7 to. And now they're calling a timeout. The Guilford Vikings want to talk it over. We've got a timeout on the floor with 6:05 remaining in the first. It's Boylan 7, Guilford 0, back in 1 minute. back at Rock Valley College. Boylan with the lead, 7-0, and the ball shot in the lane is good. And it was Patrick Hand. Makes it 11-0. They're a little slow on the take here on the scoreboard. Now they've got it 9-0. They've got it up there. And Guilford, meanwhile, turns it over. Looked like Gordon in the corner couldn't corral the pass, and it'll be Boylan length of the floor. 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Boylan out 9-0, and we'll see if Guilford can climb back from this mountain of a lead. Jump shot left side, Hill, turnaround jumper didn't go. From a point-blank range, about 5 feet on that left baseline. Rebound Guilford. Vikings still in the backcourt. Williams runs it up the near sideline. Williams standing dribble high left, cross court. Defoe in the ball game, Jared Defoe. Here it goes to Gordon. His jumper right side from 15 didn't go. Rebound Boylan's Warner. Bounces back court to Hill, back to Warner. Ball loose, stolen, almost a steal by Guilford. And they're going to say last touch by the Titans. Over there was David DiGiovanni for Guilford. Miscommunication for the Titans a little bit on that pass up court as they crossed the timeline, tried to work it left. Here's Williams in the corner along the baseline. DiGiovanni, cross court, skip pass to Defoe in the corner. It's Gordon up top, 3 on the way. DiGiovanni a little bit short. Rebound Boylan, Hill outlet, Hobson. Hobson eyes the 3. He's got 1 3 ball already, misses this one. Rebound Del Vecchio. Here comes Guilford in a hurry, 9-0 Boylan. If you're Guilford, you got to run your offense a little bit, I think, and go half court because they don't want to get into this up and down game with a 9-0 lead. Feed inside, Del Vecchio taken away by Warner. Here comes Boylan, 3-on-2 break down the lane. Warner lays it up and in. Makes it 11-0 Boylan, and who knows if Guilford can't stop this one. How long can Boylan go without allowing a basket? We'll see. DiGiovanni left side, Defoe. Defoe, skip pass, Williams in the corner. DiGiovanni, Boylan playing some excellent defense inside. Del Vecchio had it go off his foot, and Guilford turns it over once again. And it starts to eat at you, I suppose, if you're the Vikings at this stage. 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Titans have scored the first 11 unanswered points. They lead it 11-0. And here's Warner at the point, got Defoe on him, right side, Patrick Hand. Bouncer inside, it goes to Vavra, goes around Del Vecchio, lays it up and in. Excellent move by Kurt Vavra. Works against a sophomore and a junior. You'll see that matchup again next year. 6 points for Kurt Vavra. It has got the Titans off early here. 13-0 Boylan, left side, Gordon gonna try a 3, and he's short. So maybe the shooting background gonna be a factor here for Guilford. Rebound, Boylan. Here's Walter Hill, takes it coast to coast, slapped away, and it looked like DiGiovanni or possibly may have gotten a piece of it. Del Vecchio slaps back this other shot, as it looked like Patrick Hand that time. And you gotta be aware of this Del Vecchio. He is a heck of a shot blocker for Guilford. You gotta be aware when you go down the lane, you just cannot just throw it up there because he will stay and wait like a cat ready to pounce on it. And he did that time. It'll be Boylan basketball on the side. Hobson inbounds, comes to Warner. He fights underneath against Foster, and they say Warner traveled. Warner working against 6'7" DeJuan Foster on that left baseline and called for the traveling call. 3:16 remaining in the first quarter. It's been all Boylan, 13-0 worth so far. Here's Foster in the circle, bounce left baseline. DiGiovanni drives in, banks it a little hard, and the shot goes. The first basket for Guilford. 13-2. Feed in the corner, Hobson, 3 on the way. He's got it. His second three-point play for Craig Hobson, three-point shot, I should say, as Hobson. Now Guilford having trouble once again. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by one of the Titans as Boylan touched it last. And it'll be Guilford basketball underneath its own basket. DiGiovanni brings it in. It comes to Williams with Nicholas Zachary in the ball game, the junior, the 6-foot junior. All over Williams underneath. Couldn't get the shot. He may have been partially blocked. Ball loose, picked up by Hobson. Vavra ahead to Patrick Hand across the timeline. Hand's perimeter. He's going to take a 3. Hand misses. Rebound. Del Vecchio tapped out of bounds by Warner. Good call by the official. 16-2. It's Boylan by 14 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining A quick first quarter. Just one team foul in the entire ball game, and that's on Guilford. DiGiovanni has the only basket for the Vikings to this stage. Now substitutions for the Boylan Titans. They go with Charlie Newman in the ball game. Nicholas Zachary, Warner in there. For the Boylan Titans, feed left side, Billy Gordon had the ball stripped by Zachary. Here comes Nicholas Zachary. He's also got the striped socks for Boylan. Left side, Warner, and Warner traveled. 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter of this sectional semifinals. The winner of this ball game plays either Hononegah or Crystal Lake Central. That ball game going to be played tomorrow night. You can hear all of that action right here on 96.7 FM WLUV Sports. Feed inside, Del Vecchio, and they're going to call a whistle and a foul underneath on Boylan. It looks like it's going to go against Charlie Newman. He was matched up on Dan Del Vecchio, and that's number 1 on Charlie Newman. First team on the Titans, and it'll be DiGiovanni triggering underneath his own basket. Baseline right, comes into Defoe. And immediately we've got a whistle. And the foul went against Billy Gordon, number 1 on Gordon. He was using his body, blocking foul, going to be the call. It's a strange call, but nonetheless it goes against the Vikings. Boylan with the lead, 16-2. In the corner, Zachary to Craig Hobson. He's got 2 3-point field goals made in the first quarter. 1:39 remaining. Turnaround jumper, Zachary along the baseline. Hit the deck, but he got the shot to go over DiGiovanni. 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Long lead pass, Defoe right side. Defoe now dribbles it back out front, bounces to DiGiovanni. At the point, Hobson on him, right side Defoe. Hand on him, man-to-man Boylan defense underneath as Foster tried to save it along the baseline and could not. He stepped out of bounds. It'll be Titan basketball. 18-2, Boylan ahead by 16 points, and we're not out of the first quarter yet. It was a 13-0 Titan run before Guilford even scored. That's got to be tough. And Mike Miller, his team needs to just whittle away if they're going to have thoughts of getting back into it. Hobson feed inside, right side along the lane, driving in, angling to the basket was Warner, and they're going to say maybe an offensive foul coming here on Warner. Jump ball. Actually, possession arrow favors the Guilford Vikings. Or held ball is what they're going to say. Damir Krupalia checks in for the Boylan Titans and replaces Craig Hobson. Also checking out is Jeremy Warner. So Boylan going to go with Zachary, Krupalia, and Hand. A little bit of a different lineup for the Titans. Walter Hill. Looks like Boylan's going to pick up in a half-court trap here. Steve Goers changing his defense. Now he's signaling to his players to pick up man-to-man as they cross the half-court line. And they're going to stay man-to-man. Boylan leading with an 18-2 count. Left side, Billy Gordon. In the corner, Foster. Foster dribbles it up right side. Now feeds inside. They're trying to feed it to Del Vecchio. Steal by the Titans. Here's a 2-on-2 break ahead. Hill lays it up and in. Makes it 20-2, an 18-point Titan lead. And you didn't expect this kind of start. Coach Mike Miller, he's got to be wondering what he has to do to get that lid off that basket. 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. Guilford with the basketball. Down by 18. They've just been shell-shocked here at the beginning of this ball game. A hot Boylan team shooting. Here's a 3 on the way. Williams short. Everything has been short for Guilford. Rebound comes out high, pulled away by Billy Gordon, right wing. He tries it, air ball. Rebound Williams, his putback is no good. Another air ball. They had 3 tries, 2 seconds, 1 second. Zachary takes it up court. Zachary scoops up a shot. It was short. It hit the backboard but didn't draw iron. After 1 quarter of play here at Rock Valley, our score, Boylan 20, Guilford 2. Back in a minute. Valley College, 20-2 after 1 quarter of play. And I don't think the Vikings expected they'd be down 18. They were down earlier against the Auburn Knights, 23-4 count. Ended up losing that ball game by 10 earlier in the season. But that was the December ball game that they lost to the Knights. Boylan with the basketball to start the second quarter. Titans go with Charlie Newman, Nicholas Zachary, Demir Krupalia. Shot right side, Zachary air ball. Krupalia picks it up in the corner. Titans are going to get another try. Walter Hill in there along with Patrick Hand. DiGiovanni, Gordon, Del Vecchio, Foster, and Kennedy in there for Guilford. Feed underneath to Newman, Charlie Newman, and Charlie Newman will have a couple of foul shots coming here for the Titans. As the Guilford Vikings finding themselves trailing by 18 after 1 quarter. Incredible. You didn't think that would happen, and I'm sure Steve Goers would have said, no way, we're going to lead by 18, but they're up by 18, and I think they're going to try to take advantage of that. They can be aggressive and take chances a little bit out there. They don't have to hurry either. You can take 2 schools of thought into that. Charlie Newman makes the first free throw, makes it 21-2. Newman's second one is also good. He is the top foul shooter percentage-wise for the Titans, around 75% most of the regular season. So that's a guy you want at the line if you're Steve Goers and the Titans. Right side, Billy Gordon. Good defense by Patrick Hand. In the circle, Foster. Right side to Billy Gordon. They've been trying to feed it into Del Vecchio, and Boylan's not going to let him do it. Tim Kennedy, he is the best 3 shooter for the Vikings. Del Vecchio down the lane may have gotten away with a walk, but they're going to say the basket counts. They're going to say he was fouled. The shot went down, an awkward looking shot for Del Vecchio, but it counts. That makes it 22-4, and they're going to have a whistle underneath. I believe it'll go against Charlie Newman, his second. Steve Goers may go back to Jeremy Warner here if Newman picks up another foul. And Dan Del Vecchio completes the 3-point play, makes it 22-5. 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Down the lane, Charlie Newman give and go from Hand, and a nice job, or give and go from Hill rather, as Charlie Newman had the ball hit at the crease of the basket. Didn't get enough arc on it, but arms and bodies flailing all over in his defense. Out high, Foster in trouble, has it picked off by Krupalia. His long lead pass ahead for Newman. Newman under the basket, goes up strong, banks it in. Nice job by Newman. Nice pass by Krupalia. As Boylan makes it 24-5. Krupalia off balance, fired a lead pass. It was a little long, but Newman did a great job to corral it and then back in. 24-5, jumper left side is good by Foster. That cuts it to a 24-7 lead. Boylan with the basketball, 6-17. Jumper 3 is good by Hand. Patrick Hand. I'll tell you what, it's going to be tough to catch up if Boylan continues that kind of hot outside shooting. Boylan's got the 3 going so far here in the first half. Bounce right side intended for Kennedy. Ball poked away by Zachary. Nicholas Zachary has been a good sub off the bench. Charlie Newman now going to get a good round of applause. Krupalia, a good round of applause for Boylan as they exit for a breather. Patrick Hand now comes off. Will set the Boylan lineup. Zachary, Dan Newman, Jeremy Warner. Craig Hobson comes back along with Walter Hill to set the Titan lineup. And for Guilford, they go with Kennedy, Gordon, Foster, Del Vecchio, and inbounding is Williams. Dwight Williams comes in the corner to Kennedy, back right side, Williams. Into Kennedy, here's a 3, too long, as Guilford seems to be a little bit off shooting-wise so far in this first half. 27-7, Boylan, 3 on the way, Hobson rolled it off. Rebound Guilford. Here's Williams backcourt, looking as he brings it up in a hurry. Now Boylan gonna pressure him as he crosses the timeline. Walter Hill picks up Williams. Standing dribble, Williams sees an opening, goes down the lane, now zigzags back out. In the corner, Foster. Foster's turnaround jumper is no good. Kurt Vavra was there for Boylan. The ball now underneath. Gordon lost the handle. I don't know what he was trying to do, pass it or shoot it. I didn't think he was trying to make up his mind what he wanted to do. Vavra picked it up. 7 players have scored for the Boylan Titans so far in this ball game, and that tells you the balance of this Boylan team. Right side jumper by Zachary, no good. Rebound Guilford. Here comes Foster in the circle, doesn't hit it from 15. Rebound to Boylan. Warner picks it up for the Titans, bounces off to Zachary, ahead to Craig Hobson. Feed inside, low post left side, Vavra. Vavra had 6 early points. Here's The jumper in the lane, no good by Zachary. Rebound to Warner. Boylan getting a third attempt here. Zachary in the corner, Hobson, three, missing. Rebound pulled away by Foster. Foster looking for help. Hill pressuring backcourt along with Warner. And now finally Williams breaks the pressure down the lane, bounces wide open. Underneath is Gordon. He tries to stuff. And we've got a whistle to foul. Gordon's going to get 2 shots here as the foul went against Craig Hobson. Tried to deny the stuff. And Craig Hobson can get up there himself. Heck of an athlete as well. But he's working against a 6'7" Dwan Foster. Hobson stands only 6'1", but he can get off the floor as well for Boylan. Titans by 20. They scored the first 13 points before Guilford could get a basket. Now Steve Goers, Nicholas Zachary's going to have a seat. Checking back in is Patrick Hand. Set the Boylan lineup. Hobson, Hand, Walter Hill, Jeremy Warner, and Kurt Vavra in there for the Boylan Titans. At the foul line is Billy Gordon. His first free throw is good, makes it 27-8. Going to be interesting to see what Guilford's strategy is going to be. If they're going to come back here and what they're going to try to do to inch back into this. Gordon makes the next one, makes it 27-9 with 4:24 remaining in the first. Warner at the top of the key, left side, Hand, feed to Hill along the baseline. Hill backs in, looking to post up. Hill takes that jumper, didn't get it. Rebound, put back by Hill is good. Walter Hill, he gets off the floor, got off the floor quick that time. And my compliments to him on those socks. I gotta love it. 29-9, back to a 20-point Boylan lead. Left side, DiGiovanni angles to the basket. Banks too hard, didn't draw iron, got glass. Rebound Boylan. Warner scoops it off to Hill across the timeline. Hill standing dribble right side to Hand. He's got 1 3-field goal made so far. You got to stay out on him. Foster is on him, or Gordon rather is on him. Now off to Craig Hobson, standing dribble, works against DiGiovanni. Left side, Walter Hill tries to back in against Williams. He's got the little size advantage and I think the jumping ability. Here's a 3 out of the corner, no good by Hill. Rebound put back by Vavra is good. Or Patrick Hand rather. Patrick Hand, he's going to have a chance for a 3-point play as he draws the foul. The third team on the Vikings here in the first half. And I believe that's going to go on Del Vecchio. They don't have it up there on the board yet. It's on Dan Del Vecchio, and he's going to have a seat. I believe that was number 3 on Del Vecchio. It was 3. Again, my statistician, Roger Reverts, on hand. And will be on hand the rest of the way, although maybe not Friday from what I'm told. 31-9, Boylan in front with 3:28 remaining in the first half. Jumper, or the free throw, is no good by Hand. Hand can't complete the 3-point play. Guilford with a basketball. The Vikings got to try to figure out this Boylan defense. They were trying early to feed it into Del Vecchio. He's not there now. Interesting to see the game plan now. Guilford definitely got an uphill battle here. Right side, Billy Gordon has it stripped. Warner and Hand. I'll give credit to Hand for the steal that time as he just swatted the ball away from Gordon. Boylan playing excellent defense so far in this first half. Left side, Walter Hill backing in. He wants to try to post up Williams. He's got the size on him, and he tries to fire over Williams. Didn't get it. Put back tip by Warner is good. I think that's the mismatch. Walter Hill against Dwight Williams, and he can out-jump him. He's a little bit taller to begin with, and obviously Boylan wants to take advantage of that. Down the lane, Williams lays it up and in. Got the left-handed shot to go. Makes it 33-11. Boylan with the lead. Boylan in command, feed inside, Hill baseline, jumper by Hobson, no good. Rebound tipped and put up and in, and it's good by Patrick Hand. So Boylan, not only are they getting first shots, they're getting second shots. Hand has 7. Here's a 3 on the way, right side, didn't go by Gordon. Rebound, it's pulled away by Boylan. Here's Patrick Hand, gonna dribble it up himself, and he signals so. 35-11 Boylan. Hand down the lane, almost lost control, scoops it off to Vavra. His shot is blocked. Vavra is just mowed under. I hope he's okay, and Kurt Vavra now gets up. The winner of this ball game moves on in the sectional final on Friday night, and it'll be the either Crystal Lake Central or Hononegah. The Hononegah Indians 20 wins, 8 losses, taking on Crystal Lake Central tomorrow night here at Rock Valley. 22-4 is the record of Crystal Lake Central, the Tigers, out of the Fox Valley. 1:57 remaining in the half. At the foul line is Kurt Vavra. Vavra stands in so far with 7 points. His first trip, 6 points. First trip to the line, Kurt Vavra. He'll be back next year for Coach Steve Goers. He's got a good nucleus coming back next year as Vavra makes the second foul shot. He'll have Nicholas Zachary. He'll have Kurt Vavra. Now Craig Hobson has a seat on the Boylan bench. He'll also have Craig Hobson, so they'll have 3 key players coming back off this team. Zachary, since January, has seen a whole lot of playing time. Feet underneath Defoe, lays it up and in. And that was one of the few easy ones that time for the Vikings. 36-13 with 1:40 remaining in the half. Boylan tries to force it inside. Ball taken away. Foster up the sideline. The ball knocked out of bounds right in the lap of Coach Mike Miller. Mike Miller, he's got the jacket off down there for Guilford. Both coaches up and down. Mike Miller likes to go into that thinker crouch down there with the hand on the chin. 36-13. Foster, lean in jumper, got it. Makes it 36-15. A 21-point lead by the Boylan Titans here in the first half with 1:13. Underneath, Warner double teamed off to Vavra. The lefty lays it up and in. Nice job of ball movement by Boylan. They went underneath, they got the double team, and they found a wide open weak side. Kurt Vavra, and he laid it up and in. Having a great first half. Vavra with 9 points in the game. 38-15, Boylan with 58 seconds. The ball poked out of bounds by Boylan, and it'll be Guilford basketball on the side. And here comes Kurt Vavra checking out of the Boylan lineup. And replacing him now is Dan Newman. I want to apologize for calling Kurt Vavra Charlie Newman. Or Dan Newman. Dan Newman in the ball game, number 50 in there for Boylan. He'll play the middle. And they feed inside, and it comes into the Vikings. And in the ball game for the first time for Guilford is Derek Floyd. Floyd is 6'1" junior, and Floyd was tied up, but I believe the possession arrow favors the Guilford Vikings, and it'll be Guilford basketball on the side in the front court. Dexter Gibson checks in for Boylan, replaces Patrick Hand. Guilford now triggering in Defoe. Left side, Foster drives it to the baseline, down the lane. Foster with a good strong move and makes it 38-17. Again, a 21-point lead, and if Guilford, they'd like to get it under 20 if they could, or else not have the lead increased at all. Boylan with 34 seconds remaining in the half. Dexter Gibson with the basketball, left side. Nicholas Zachary, standing dribble at the point, works against DiGiovanni. Man-to-man Guilford pressure. Here's Walter Hill, now takes the ball. 20 seconds, Boylan backing it out. Hill between the leg dribble. Hill now works right side, lost the ball. Looked like he almost dribbled it right into Mike Miller. And it'll be Guilford basketball. Vikings can cut it under 20. I think that's the goal. They got to play for the last shot here if you're Guilford. And you maybe hope this is a 3. Or work for a 3. If nothing else, try to work it to Foster because he made a nice move on that last one. Down the lane, DiGiovanni, left side. Floyd, shot blocked by Hill and picked up by Guilford. Here's Floyd down the lane. 1 second, and that's going to do it. After 1/2 of play, it's all Boylan. The Titans leading it 38-17. We'll be back with a first half recap. Welcome back to Rock Valley College. Steve Craig for WLUV Sports, and the two teams are coming back out for a second half, loosening up. Guilford to our right and Boylan to our left. I think if you're the Boylan Titans, I don't know if you be conservative or if you just keep attacking the basket all they've got to do is look for twos basically, and they can play relaxed in that second half, leading 38-17. I'm sure the Vikings are having thoughts saying, hey, this is what we got to do to get back in this ball game. Just keep our confidence up, play good defense in that second half, somebody's got to get hot from three-point range. I have to think Gordon's got to get free maybe for some threes. He is one of their top 3 shooters. Also Tim Kennedy for Guilford. And maybe that's Coach Miller's strategy. Also, we'd like 17. Guilford, let's set their lineup for you. Gordon, DiGiovanni, Williams, Del Vecchio, and Foster for Boylan. To start the second half, the Titans go with Hill, Hobson, Hand, Vavra, and Warner. Original starters in there for both sides. And we're set for second half action here at Rock Valley College. And if the Guilford Vikings are hoping to advance, they've got to do something with that scoreboard a little bit here and fill it up in the second half. Trailing 38-17 inside. Del Vecchio jumper rattled around and out. Tough break for Del Vecchio. Looked like he was a running jump hook that time. Didn't get it to go. 38-17. Boylan with a basketball. First possession of the second half. In the corner, Hobson feeds left side. It goes inside to Warner. He tried to bounce to Vavra across the lane, and Vavra could not reach it. As the Boylan Titans will inbound baseline right. Ball was poked away by Guilford. Feed inside, it comes to Vavra. Holds above his head, looking inside. Del Vecchio on Vavra, man-to-man defense by Guilford. Looks like they're in some sort of a matchup zone almost. Del Vecchio just kind of standing back there. Down the lane, Warner banks it up over Foster, around Foster. Nice job by Warner. Good nifty move by Warner. 40-17 with 7:08, 7:07 and counting, third quarter. Just underway second half from Rock Valley College. Sectional semifinal ball game. Guilford and Boylan, and it has not lived up to the rematch. It's been dominated by Boylan. Inside, Del Vecchio, turnaround jumper in the lane, banks, didn't get it. A rebound, Warner tied up by Del Vecchio, and they're saying Warner came away with it. I thought the official was going to blow the whistle, but he didn't. Good no call that time by the official. Left side, Hobson out high with Gordon on him. Hand up top now to Walter Hill, bouncing in the corner along the baseline. Hobson scoops up a shot, and he's going to have 2 at the line. Looks like he came off funny on that ankle, but he seems to be okay. He's going to be next year's quarterback for Coach Bill Thumb. He's used to taking a beating, I think. Was a good football player this past season for Coach Thumb, playing quarterback and running back for the Titans, and he should have the odds-on favorite to be the starting quarterback in football next year. And missing the foul shot was Hobson. Craig Hobson, a 6'1" junior, averages 11 a ball game, a 67% free throw shooter on the regular year for Boylan. Hobson's second foul shot on the way, missing. Rebound tipped around, pulled away by Foster. Juan Foster, outlet DiGiovanni, works against Craig Hobson. DiGiovanni saw the double team coming, got it to the point. Gordon, right side, back to DiGiovanni. At the point, Williams, left side. Foster, jump shot, didn't go, air ball. I'd like to have at least a half a dozen air balls or short shots by Guilford. Long lead pass underneath. Craig Hobson lays it up and in. 42-17. Guilford trailing big here in the second half. The Vikings with a basketball, got to do something, got to fire some threes. Here's Foster, traveled, no call, banked it in. Steve Goers wanted a travel. Yours truly thought it was a travel, but Foster got away with one. Guilford will take it. Jump left side, air ball, Patrick Hand. As we said, the shooting background a little different here at Rock Valley. We talked about that with Coach Miller in the pregame interview. And a lot of air balls, a lot of short shots here tonight. Here's Del Vecchio, turnaround jumper left side, and we've got a whistle to foul. I believe it'll go against Warner underneath, trying to keep Del Vecchio from advancing to the basket. And the foul is on Warner. Number 1 on Warner, number 1 on the Titans in the second half. 42-19, Boylan in front. And Guilford with the basketball. In the corner, Gordon tried to bank it off of Patrick Hand. Ball picked up loose now by Walter Hill. He circles out front, gives it to Hand, eyed the three, didn't take it. DiGiovanni on Hand. There's a mismatch for Boylan. Down the lane, Hill scoops it up over Foster, didn't get it. Foster may have blocked it. Rebound Boylan. Putback is no good by Hand, and we're going to call an offensive foul. I don't know about that one, as some of the Boylan fans didn't like that at all. Nonetheless, they're going to call a foul against Patrick Hand, an offensive foul. Coach Miller got the jacket back on here for the second half. Now checking in for Guilford is Chad Carter. And they may be going to call a 3-second violation on that last sequence. They did not put a foul up on the board. 5:05 remaining in the third quarter. 42-19. It's all Boylan. It has been all Boylan from the very start. Titans led it 13-zip before Guilford even got a basket. Left side, Williams double team baseline off to Del Vecchio underneath, blocked by Vavra. And let's see, they're going to call a reaching in foul on Vavra that he got Del Vecchio on the arm. So Dan Del Vecchio will go to the line for the Vikings. Del Vecchio stands in, checking his scoring in the first half with just 3 points in the ball game. And the foul went against Vavra, number 3 on Kurt Vavra. 4:47 remaining in the third quarter. Guilford trying to do their best, maybe cut it under 10 if they're lucky. And then Boylan obviously going to have something to say about that. 42-20. The second foul shot is good by Del Vecchio. Makes it 42-21. At some point, Steve Goers will probably use as much off that clock on each possession. Underneath, cross lane, pass goes to Warner. Nice feed by Patrick Hand on the assist to Jeremy Warner, who lays it up and in. 44-21. The winner plays on Friday against either Hononegah or Crystal Lake Central. Williams, cross-court pass, goes left side. Gordon down the lane, makes it, lays it up and in. Nice move by Gordon. Nice scoop shot by William Gordon. I believe he's got Billy Gordon, rather, what he likes to go by, and that's what we'll call him the rest of the way. Bite my tongue. 44-23. In the corner, Craig Hobson. To Walter Hill, high left, standing dribble. He and Hobson play catch, feed inside, Hand. His shot is blocked by Del Vecchio, back to Craig Hobson, and he hits a 3. So Del Vecchio blocks a shot, and that works out for Boylan because Craig Hobson drains a 3, and for Hobson, that's his third 3-point field goal. Hobson with a total so far of 11 points. 47-23. When you keep doing that, going to be tough for Guilford to get back into it. You can't trade baskets if you're Guilford. Shot left side, Foster, no good. Follow putback is good by Gordon. 47-25. Guilford, they cannot trade baskets. They need to gain ground every possession if they can. Warner eyed to 3, didn't take it. That would have been close to an NBA 3 where he was on the floor. Boylan being patient. Here's Hill, 20-foot jumper left side, didn't get it. Rebound pulled away by Guilford. Here come the Vikings on the break. 3-on-2 break down the lane. Gordon had the ball swatted away, and a reaching in foul going to be called on Vavra. 47-25, and that should be just the 4th team foul on Boylan in the second half. So it should be Guilford basketball out of bounds underneath the Guilford basket. Kurt Vavra picks up his second personal. And the 4th team on the Titans. Good foul that time, because good job by Vavra, because they're not over the limit. You might as well foul them. You keep them from getting an easy layup. Now you make them get it in half court. Now they got some moisture in the paint down there. Their team's trying to mop it up a little bit inside. Guilford going to trigger. Gordon brings it in, comes into Chad Carter. His jumper 3 is good. Chad Carter, just a sophomore, but hey, that's the kind of thing the Vikings need if they're going to make this one interesting going down the stretch. 47-28. They need a run themselves. Boylan had the 13-0 run, 13-2 run before Guilford scored. And that's the kind of thing that the Vikings are going to need here if they're going to get back in this ball game. 47-28. With 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the third. Here's Hand, 3, got it. And that one was about a foot beyond the line. Hand got the feet set and squared up to the basket, and he sunk it. As for Boylan, that's their 6th 3-point field goal. 5 3-point field goals, rather. Hand with 2, Hobson with 3. So Hand and Hobson, if you're Guilford, you got to guard those 2 guys out there from 3 land. 50-28, Boylan, Guilford with a turnover. Steal by Warner, ahead to Hill, laying it up and in, and the shot counts. And I think it's going to go on Carter. It's either going to be against Gordon or Carter. Let's see. And it will go against William Gordon. Billy Gordon picks up the foul. We've got a timeout on the floor by the Guilford Vikings. With 2:26 remaining in the third quarter, it's Boylan 52, Guilford 28, back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Rock Valley College, 52-28 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter here from Rock Valley. Class AA sectional semifinal matchup between Boylan and Guilford. Boylan at the line is Walter Hill completing the three-point play, makes it 53-28 as his one foul shot is good. DeGiovanni at the point, works left side, Gordon bounces in the corner, Foster. Guilford, I don't know what they can do. The way Boylan is playing, almost a perfect game. Carter in the corner, hit a three earlier. Outlet pass to the point is almost a steal by Hill. Ball poked out of bounds, and diving for it down there was DeGiovanni, and they're going to say DeGiovanni last touched it. Krupalia checks in for Boylan. On the inbound, triggers backcourt. Zachary works against DeGiovanni across the timeline. Nicholas Zachary down the lane, bounce pass right side. Krupalia underneath, banks it home. Nice job by Zachary to draw the defense, and a nice dish by Zachary. 55-28 with 1:53 remaining third. Gordon down the lane, lost it. Last touch by Krupalia, so it'll be Guilford basketball underneath. Steve Goers said, hey, what do you mean he touched it? He didn't touch it. 55-28 Titans. Boylan coming in here, the number one seed, ranked as high as 11 in the Class AA polls throughout the season. DeGiovanni into Carter. His shot is blocked by Nicholas Zachary and rejected, picked up by Foster, back to Carter. Chad Carter lost the handle, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Patrick Hand out there guarding Carter. There's a mismatch for Boylan. Carter, or actually there was just a switch, so now Zachary picks Carter back up. Man-to-man Titan pressure, inbounds. DeGiovanni right baseline, comes into Gordon, scoops across the lane. Del Vecchio, his shot is blocked. I believe Krupalia got a piece of it, but let's see. Charlie Newman and Krupalia were double teaming Del Vecchio. They just don't want to give Del Vecchio any kind of room, and it's a good game plan by Steve Goers. And when Del Vecchio gets started, that's the guy that they don't want to have get some offense. Del Vecchio being held to 5 points in this ball game, 3 in the first half and just 2 so far in the second half. Del Vecchio can add to that. He's going to go to the line for the Vikings. As Dan Del Vecchio stands in, he'll go to the foul line.
33,
The sophomore, 6'5", sophomore for Coach Mike Miller. Mike Miller praised this guy. He says he's got a chance to be one of the best ever. I assume that means at Guilford and possibly in the Nick 9. And Del Vecchio, first foul shot, high arcing shot is short. He'll have a second one. Del Vecchio taking his time at the line, being patient, not in a hurry. Del Vecchio's second free throw is good. Makes it 55-28. And Jared Defoe now replaces Dan Del Vecchio. And Guilford goes with Foster, Defoe, DeGiovanni, Sean Singh in the ball game. Also in there for Guilford, Quincy Horton. Underneath, laying it up and in is Nicholas Zachary. As Nicholas Zachary's playing time has been increasing as tournament time rolls around. A big help off the bench for Steve Goers. Excellent defender and an excellent ball handler and an excellent leaping ability is Nicholas Zachary. Boylan here with another steal, poked away, picked up by Hand in the backcourt, ahead to Zachary running the point, left side. It goes to Charlie Newman, wide open jumper left side from 16 feet, got it. 59-29, Boylan by 30 points even with 57 seconds. Here's another steal by the Titans as Guilford a little bit careless, bringing the ball up the floor, and the mostly partisan Boylan fans in attendance here tonight on their feet and applauding the Boylan play. Here's Zachary standing between the rings. Nicholas Zachary for the Titans. With the basketball for Boylan is Patrick Hand, off to Charlie Newman. Boylan going to be patient, play for the last shot here in the third quarter. 59-29, 30-point Boylan lead. They have led from the very start. They jumped out 13-0. It was 13-2 before Guilford scored. And with the basketball is Hill. 15 seconds showing on the third quarter clock. Horton guarding Hill, going down the lane. Walter Hill stops in the corner. Now out front he goes to Zachary. His three is good. Boylan has been firing from three range, and they have been hot tonight. And that's going to do it as Guilford can't get a shot to go here to end the third quarter. It's Boylan 62, Guilford 29. Back in a minute. (62-29) as the Boylan Titans continue to dominate in this ball game with 6 3-point field goals made for the Boylan Titans to just 1 for the Guilford Vikings. Right there gives you a heck of a boost, but it didn't help. The Titans got their run early. And they set the Boylan lineup. Hill, Hobson, Krupalia, Zachary, and Charlie Newman in there for the green and white of Boylan. Left side, Zachary, he got the three. Here's Zachary going to fire again. This one's short. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Gordon and Krupalia. And the possession arrow favors the Titans. And now Steve Goers down there in the jacket for our TV viewers. You see him motioning his players, and they're going to pressure. It's going to be Guilford ball, rather. 62-29, just underway fourth quarter. It's been all Boylan. Williams almost had it stripped by the double team. Off to Gordon in the lane. Down low it goes. Del Vecchio got too far underneath the basket. And here come the Titans. Krupalia, long baseball throw, wide open Hill. Banks didn't get it. Ball tipped. And their whistle foul. Bodies laying, 2 white jerseys laying in the lane down on the ground. So possibly a foul coming here, obviously. And it's on Charlie Newman. So Charlie Newman mixing it up underneath, trying to get that rebound on the missed shot, and committing the foul for Boylan. 62-29, and it's been all Titans. That's number 3 on Charlie Newman. Walter Hill pressuring Williams all the way up the court across the timeline. Williams standing dribble, looking for a pick. Now Williams still looking. Boylan playing good man-to-man heads-up defense as they're tight on the defender. Goes right side, Gordon. Ball poked away by Zachary and goes out of bounds. Boylan has played excellent defense in this ball game. That's give them a lot of credit. Not that Guilford was so cold, although they had about 4 or 5 air balls or shots that just, you knew they were going to be short as soon as the shooter released. They just didn't have the range, and it may be due to the Rock Valley background. You heard Coach Miller talk about his team in the Rockford Classic. Didn't play very well out here at the Classic. Feed inside, goes to Foster. His shot is blocked by Krupalia, but I think they're saying Krupalia got Foster, and Foster will have 2 shots at the foul line. 7:12 remaining in the ball game. We want to invite listeners of this sectional semifinal Class AA high school basketball game to also stay with us after the ball game, or already in progress. We'll join the Chicago Blackhawks as they take on Tampa. And Foster will have a second foul shot, missing the first one. Foster, a 6'7" junior. Foster's second one is good. Makes it 62-30 rather. Boylan with its 7th team foul. 7 minutes, 6 seconds remaining, 4th quarter. Right side, Hobson. He's had 3 3-point field goals. If you're Guilford, don't let him eye it from 3 range. Left side, Hill drives in, striped socks and all. Right side, Zachary. Zachary, they go with a 3-guard offense here. They've got 2 post players in Vavra and Krupalia. They've got 3 guards, Hill, Zachary, and Hobson. I think they're going to try to work something maybe for Friday night's ball game. Down the lane, Zachary up over the top of Del Vecchio, and the shot missed. Put back by Hill is good. Walter Hill is going to get a chance for a 3-point play. Walter Hill, he could almost double as an extra forward because he gets off the floor. He's got a good vertical leap, so maybe that's what Steve Goers is counting on to see what the matchups are going to be on Friday. 64-30 with the Hill basket. Walter Hill foul shot on the way is good as Hill completes the 3-point play. Guilford has 3 players in double figures, now 4 players in double figures. Hobson had 11, Hand 10, Warner 10, as also Hill 10. Statistician Roger Everts alongside, keeping me updated on scoring. Here's Williams, jumper right side, didn't go. He's going to have 2 shots at the line as he draws the foul for Guilford. 65-30. And again, we want to invite listeners to tonight's ball game to stay with us because shortly after the game we'll have a scoring recap quickly, and then we'll get it to Dale Talon and Pat Foley for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. Immediately following this one, we'll join our sister station, 1520 AM, and join that Hawks hockey broadcast in progress. 65-30. Now Krupalia checks out. Warner comes back for Boylan. Steve Goer's got to be happy with the way his team has played here this evening. Quincy Horton comes back in the Guilford lineup for Mike Miller. Williams' free throw is good. He'll have another one. Makes it 65-31. A 34-point Boylan lead. And Guilford has actually not gained any ground. They may have lost some ground as this ball game went further in. Williams now cuts it to 65-32. Down to 33 points. As Boylan has just increased throughout the ball game. They came out and scored the first 13, and it was never in any doubt in the first half. Left side, Walter Hill with a basketball at the top. It goes to Vavra. Feeds inside. Hobson posting up, lays it up and in. As trying to put the block was Horton, but he couldn't quite reach it. The layup goes to Craig Hobson. Inside, ball kicked, picked up by Boylan, and Vavra. Outlet to Zachary across the timeline. Nicholas Zachary works against DiGiovanni. At the point, Vavra. Right side, Hobson. Hobson puts it on the floor. Craig Hobson looking for a cutter, now dishes it to Walter Hill. Hill takes it baseline, his jumper from 10, doesn't go. Rebound, Hill gets his own missed shot. Put back in the lane, he's short, tipped, didn't go. Looked like it was Vavra, and picked up by Warner. Boylan going to get another opportunity as Boylan dominating the boards as well in tonight's ball game. They have just totally dominated the Vikings in this game. I'd like to see the numbers, a number of offensive rebounds. Boylan had lots of second and third shot opportunities, just like that last sequence earlier in the game. As Walter Hill has played an excellent ball game, he is one of the seniors. Now Hill checks out. He may be done. Who knows whether Steve Goers will bring him back. You got to rest your starters for Friday. Give them a breather. You don't want somebody to twist an ankle or anything like this when you got a big lead. And Craig Hobson is remaining in the game for Boylan. Warner also in there. Now Hand comes back for Boylan. Kurt Vavra. So Boylan goes with Zachary, Warner, Vavra, Hand, and Hobson. Boylan, the number 1 seed, coming in here with the top record at 26-3, actually a better record than they had last year about this time. Here's Zachary, he's gonna fire the three short. Rebound tipped away, picked up by Kennedy. His lead pass to Giovanni is taken away, and it's picked away by Hand. Hand did a nice job. Hand baseball throw on the sideline. Saving it was Hobson underneath Zachary, and he couldn't reach it. Picked up by Del Vecchio. Off to DiGiovanni across the timeline. DiGiovanni right side. It goes to Chad Carter. Lean in jumper, got it. Banked it home, makes it 67-34. A 33-point lead for the Boylan Titans. With 4:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. Left side, Warner, Banks didn't get it. Went around to Kennedy, rebound Guilford. Del Vecchio, DiGiovanni ahead to Foster in the lane, off to DiGiovanni. He traveled, and they didn't call it again. And the Boylan fans didn't like that, but at this point, they'll probably let him have it. Not boo him. And the stuff by Del Vecchio. Here's a feed into Vavra, length of the court, and poking the ball out of bounds was Derek Floyd, and Derek Floyd looked like he got a piece of Kurt Vavra. Kurt Vavra looking at his eye or his face. Vavra may have gotten scratched, and Vavra's going to come out of the ball game. And he got hit or poked in the eye, maybe. And the official now coming over. They're going to wipe off the moisture on the ball. 4:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. 67-36. A 31-point lead. Guilford now pressuring length of the floor with 4:21. They would need a heck of a run here if they're going to make this at all interesting. They'd need like a 15-0 run or something like that to make it interesting, because the Titans have dominated in tonight's ball game. 67-36. Backcourt pressure by Guilford. DiGiovanni almost had it stolen and tipped it, and it was last touched by Zachary. So Guilford making an attempt here. Now DeJuan Foster set to check back in for Guilford. And Foster now checks in, replaces Tim Kennedy. Guilford basketball on the side in the front court. Gordon into Foster. They got to look for threes. Here's Del Vecchio, high dribble, no call. And Del Vecchio tried to force up a shot against Warner. And I believe Warner is going to get called for the foul here. So Del Vecchio will go to the line for Guilford. Del Vecchio has not had a lot of room inside. Del Vecchio with just 8 in the ball game, 8 points. Came in here averaging double figures in around 14. 67-36. And now Dwight Williams checks back in, replaces DiGiovanni. At the line is Del Vecchio for the Vikings. Coach Mike Miller now trying to find the right lineup here. I think if you're Coach Miller, you get your 3 shooters in at this stage. Del Vecchio sinks the first one. 67-37. A 30-point lead, even down to, could be down to 29, and missing the foul shot, the second one by Del Vecchio. And the rebound to Boylan. Nicholas Zachary standing dribble, 4:09 remaining. Charlie Newman out front. Boylan's going to take some air out of the basketball a little bit this time. I knew eventually they would do that. Now here's Zachary dribbling out high right, lost it, went out of bounds. Zachary thought maybe there was going to be a foul. He didn't chase it down, so they're going to give it to Guilford. Turnover against Boylan. And Walter Hill getting set to check back in. So Steve Goers has not sat the starters, has not pulled the plug on the starters yet. Nicholas Zachary comes out of the ball game for the Titans. 4 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Rock Valley College sectional semifinal. The winner moves on to play on Friday against either Hononegah or Crystal Lake Central. And we'll have that game for you here on WLUV Sports 96.7. Our pregame starts on Friday at 7:15 from Rock Valley. Carter, bounce left side, wide open jumper is good by DeJuan Foster. Or check that, Derek Floyd rather. And Derek Floyd with his first basket makes it 67-39. And Jeremy Warner with a basket for the Titans. Warner with a dozen so far. Down the lane, Gordon lost it. Ball picked away and loose. And held ball possession arrow favors the Titans with 3:24 remaining in the fourth quarter from Rock Valley. 69-39. Held ball, possession arrow favors Boylan. It'll be Titan basketball length of the floor. Floyd gonna now pressure Walter Hill all the way up the floor. Guilford, I think if they're going to put it on pressure the entire way, they're going to have to go with a full court press and trap the basketball. 69-39. Left side, Craig Hobson has the ball poked away by Williams, and they're going to say reaching in on Williams. So that's only the 4th team foul on Guilford. And it'll be Boylan basketball on the side. Craig Hobson. Now Dan Newman checks in, replaces Charlie Newman. Boylan goes with Hand, Warner, Hobson, Hill. And here's Patrick Hand, tries the 3 and he gets it. Hand with his 3rd 3. And that's the 7th 3-point field goal made by Boylan tonight, 72-39. Down low, Floyd couldn't hit the scoop shot, rebound loose, and saved along the end line. Carter back into Gordon, his 3, air ball. Carter pulls down the rebound. Carter, one of the shorter people out there. Carter didn't hit the 3, tipped by Gordon, no good, ball loose. Carter had it, lost it. Gordon picks it up, feed inside, Del Vecchio, and the ball loose, poked away, and last touch by Guilford, and it's going to be Boylan basketball. Some tough passing inside for the Guilford Vikings. Now Coach Miller going to bring Nate Meyer and Sean Singh in the ball game, and Singh will come in. Sean Singh for Guilford is a 6'2" senior, and some of the starters now checking out for Boylan. Craig Hobson has a seat. For the Boylan Titans, Tyler Fagan in the ball game. Wholesale changes by both sides. 6'3" junior Tyler Fagan in there for Boylan. Down the lane is Hand. His pass right side for Fagan. Check that, yeah, Fagan. And Fagan tried to go up strong. He is fouled, and he'll have 2 shots. With a break in the action, we'll be back in 30 seconds. He was going to pick it up. Here's Del Vecchio with the basketball. Off it goes to Williams. Ball loose, 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Lead to Gibson down the lane, 1-on-none. Gibson lays it up and in. Makes it 74-39 with 2 minutes even remaining in this ball game. The Boylan Titans will move on, safe to say, with this big a lead at 74-39. Down the lane, layup didn't go. Underneath, Williams got his own missed shot, and stepping across the end line was Williams. Would like to thank my engineer back at the WLUV studios, Joel Salvi, once again for spinning the dials and pushing the buttons. Would also like to thank Auburn Athletic Director Mike Kane, in charge of this sectional facility. Also like to thank both athletic directors, Jan Jameson for Guilford and Jerry Kerrigan for Boylan. Also like to thank both head coaches, Steve Goers, Mike Miller, for pregame interviews. 74-39 Boylan with 1:36 remaining in the ball game. Zachary with the basketball for the Titans. Takes it in the corner. Zachary spins. Has the ball poked away by Nate Meyer. And it'll be Boylan basketball on the side. Would also like to invite listeners immediately or shortly following after a quick scoring recap. We'll get you to the Chicago Blackhawks game as we join it in progress. Our sister station from 1520 AM WLUV with the Chicago Blackhawks against Tampa. That game going on as we speak. We'll join that game in progress after a short recap following this ball game. Boylan now trying to just use up some of that clock. Guilford foul on Newman. Dan Newman for Boylan picking up his first, I believe. 1:26 remaining in the ball game. Sectional semifinals, Class AA action here from Rock Valley Junior College. 74-39. Foul was on Dan Newman, number 1, and on the Guilford Vikings, or for the Guilford Vikings rather, going to the line is Sean Singh. Singh will cosmetically try to make it look a little bit better. He'll have 2 shots for Guilford. Singh's first one is no good. Singh will have another one. So the Boylan Titans, the number 1 seed, their record improves to 27-3 overall. They were ranked as high as 11. Sean Singh makes the second foul shot, 74-40 Boylan. 1:23 remaining in the game. With the basketball is Gibson, standing dribble. Tim Kennedy on him, left side. Jump shot is no good by Brian Gauker in the ball game for the Titans. His shot didn't go. Rebound Guilford. Horton in the corner. Kennedy eyes a 3, takes it, air ball. Rebound Dan Newman ahead to Gibson. 1:03 remaining in the ball game. 74-40 Boylan, and it's been all Boylan tonight. Dish down low, it goes to Tyler Fagan. We've got another whistle and a foul on Horton, and that should be the 6th team foul on Guilford. I don't believe Fagan was in the act of shooting. Let's see, he is going to go to the line, and that's the 7th, so it'll be a 1-on-1 coming for Fagan. He'll have 1-on-1. 56 seconds remaining, 74-40. Tyler Fagan, first free throw is good, makes it 75-40 Boylan. Again, like to thank Q Video, Larry Cavedo, for picking up our WLUV radio feed. You can hear this game tomorrow night for our radio listeners and see it as well on cable channel 20 in Rockford. Nate Meyer, jumper with 50 seconds. 3 is an air ball, and the rebound tipped around and tapped out of bounds. Quincy Horton last touched it. And checking in the Boylan lineup is Roy Sackmaster. We recognize him from the sophomore team, wearing jersey number 45 for our TV viewers. So Roy Sackmaster in the ball game. I believe he's about 6'3" or 6'4". Right side jumper is Mirza Pelcho, and Pelcho hits a 3 coming off the bench. So Pelcho adds to that 3 total for Boylan. 78-40 Boylan. Feeding down the lane is Sean Singh, and he lays it up and in, makes it 78-42 Boylan. 25 seconds. Gibson, lean in jumper, banks too hard. Gibson put back is blocked by Singh and pulled away by Singh. Here comes the outlet. Here comes Guilford, 2-on-2 break. Horton, right side. Nate Meyer fires a 3, and he can't hit it. Ball tipped up, didn't get it, and tipping it for Guilford inside was Chad O'Neill, and he couldn't get that shot to fall in. 10 seconds remaining in the game, 78-42. Remember, we'll have Chicago Blackhawks hockey following our scoring recap, and we'll get things right back to our sister station WLUV AM for that hockey game, as that game will join it in progress. Jumper right side by Singh is no good. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Sackmaster bringing it in for the Titans. Into Dan Newman, and that's going to be it for Boylan as they run it across the timeline. 2 seconds. 3. Roy Sackmaster misses the 3 from way out front. And the final score here from Rock Valley is Boylan 78, Guilford 42. We'll be back with a recap in 1 minute.